Hi guys, hello everybody, welcome to my channel. It's been very long, it's been a while since I posted that video, so I'm really excited. I have no idea what day of the lockdown this is, but it's what it is what it is. So today I would like to talk about a very interesting topic that a few people challenged me on Twitter. So what this basically is for millennials, when do you buy and when do you rent? Should I buy, should I rent? That everybody is the question. So today I really just want to share my experience when it comes to the decision, renting versus buying. So I will take it back. I'll take it all the way back to 2012 when I started working. But before I do that, remember to click on the subscribe button at the end of the video and let's get those notification bell also ready such that you can get all the content when it's ready and fresh, So today I really just want to talk about the decision between renting and buying. And I would love to talk about a bit about my journey, So 2012, I came back home from the University of Pretoria in South Africa, and I came back home and I started working in 2012. So now during my time at working, I obviously, at the time I was staying with my sister, So staying with my sister, I stayed with her for 2 years and it was really amazing from 2012 to 2014. But in 2013, for some reason, I had this burning desire to own things, whether it's my couch, my fridge, or own my own space entirely. I love living with my sister. She is absolutely amazing. Mwah, I love you, sis. Mwah. She's really amazing. But I stayed with her, but at 2013 I decided, you know what, I really just want to be my own person, own my own equipment, own my own furniture, etc. So in 2013, I remember I decided to start what I call TK's Moving Out Fund. Oh yes, so what I decided to do is, how this fund came about, I just decided I'm going to start putting away 1,500 money. Now, why 1.5? At the time, I thought that the amount of rent I was prepared to pay at any given point in time was exactly 1,500. Nothing more, nothing less. And what I was looking for a bachelor pad, a duplex or a bachelor pad, for example. Duplex in Lesotho is like an apartment, guys. Yes! So I was looking for a bachelor pad, 1 room, open plan kitchen with a bathroom, preferably a shower, but with a bathroom. So I was prepared to pay 1.5 and nothing more at the time. So I started this TK Moving Out Fund, and every single month I would take 1,500 maluti and I'll put it into the fund account. Now the whole purpose of this particular account was, one, I wanted to see if I was ready to if I could afford rent should I move out, because my salary was still fairly low at the time. And secondly, I wanted to start saving up to buy things like a couch, things like a TV, a fridge, etc., without having to incur credit or take out credit to do that. So I started saving for a good 12 months, and I think at the end of the September to 2014, when I officially had saved up 18,000 manut. 1.5 at 12, 18,000 manut, and this was what was available in the fund at this point in time. So obviously I used this money to buy a couch, to buy a TV, to buy a TV stand, to buy a stove. Yes, I had a stove, despite the fact that people still don't think I cook, to buy pots, utensils, etc. The one thing I could not afford to buy at the time then was a bed. So my sister was kind enough, I told you it's amazing, she was kind enough to donate me a bed. So when I moved out of her house, out of my room at her house, I took the bed with and I moved into my new place. Now what I loved, I loved renting for a few reasons. So the reason I enjoyed renting was, one, the rent stayed the same with no escalations for good 2 years while I stayed at that particular place. My landlord was amazing, guys. 1.5 stayed the same for 2 full years with no escalations. Secondly, the place was paved. Ooh, my car was enjoying it. It was paved, it was clean. We had a regular guy who came and did the cleaning the yard, making sure there's no weeds, make sure that the paving is clean. And thirdly, the place had a gate. So in terms of security, it really was quite safe. I love the fact that it was also very close to town. It literally was 5 minutes. A 5-minute drive from Masari Mall and about a 7-minute drive from Pioneer Mall. So in terms of location, I could literally just go party, and then 5 minutes I'm home in bed and I'm safe, you know. So this place was really amazing. But the other advantage that I loved about renting is, I remember the one incident when the geyser had an issue and it burst and the house became flooded. Luckily, none of my furniture was damaged, but it really was flooded. All I did was to call the landlord, and just like that, the geyser was fixed. So I did not incur any costs, I did not incur any stress. The only stress was, oh my goodness, there's water everywhere, is my furniture safe? So the landlord took care of everything in terms of maintenance, in terms of the cleaning. So my expenses was essentially the 1.5 that was not escalating. And then secondly, electricity, and I did not pay for the water as well, which was amazing, absolutely amazing. So I loved renting. But then in 2016, that pressure came to buy or to rent. The decision became really very, you know, when people start talking about, why are you paying somebody else's bond? And I'm like, should I be paying for my own bond? Should I be paying for my own bond? Oh! So I made the silly decision of buying, not building, buying a house. So now, as exciting as it was to buy, as exciting as the idea was to own your own place, to have your own house, I really was quite excited. But what I did not know at the time, what I absolutely did not know at the time, was the fact that buying a house was just not about the installment that you pay. Firstly, the installment is ridiculously expensive, guys. Yo, from 1.5, I was paying almost 3 to 4 times, 5, possibly 6 times. Yo, I was paying so much money for the bond. You know, I'm still paying a lot of money for the bond. So honestly, you sit down and you do your calculations, and you think, yeah, you know, I'm good for the money. The bank can literally approve my home loan application and I'll be good. And the home loan application was good. I'll not talk about the conditions and the requirements, the qualifying criteria, etc., etc. That's for another conversation. But the hidden costs, guys, the hidden costs that comes with buying a house. Now mind me, I'm not talking about building your own house, I'm talking about buying. So this is where you go to a contractor and you buy. They give you an offer to purchase and you sign the documents with the bank, with the contractor. This is what the house I want, and then voila, I'm talking about buying. So I decided to, I found the house, which was great. I made a few changes to suit my personality and my desires, which was great. But what I did not know at the time was, firstly, it comes with legal costs. Guys, those legal costs will cost you an arm and a leg. They are very, especially if you do not budget for them, they are very expensive. So cost number one is the legal cost that comes with a home loan application if you are financing via a bank. Secondly, so now you have this beautiful house and you think that, oh great, I can afford the installment. You move in, and I missed my rented property where I was renting, because you move in and the kitchen is not done, it's not fitted. It's just basically a sink and then that's it. The flooring is also not done, which means now you have to either tile the flooring or put laminated flooring, which is another cost. Thirdly, I did not know how expensive curtains are until I moved into my own house. Ridiculous. Curtains are expensive, so that's another cost. Insurance, guys, insurance. So obviously if the house is financed by a bank, the bank is going to force you to pay insurance, and you pay every single year. Insurance, that's another cost. Let's talk about security. No boundary wall, nope. Unless you had a good contractor that was kind enough to help you with that. No boundary wall, no paving. So when it rains, you know how it rains in Lesotho. And then the car is in the mud. And then you have to drive to work the next morning. Either the car is going side to side. Ridiculous. I still do not even have a gate. There's no gate because it's another cost. So you're constantly paying for this. And I'm not even talking about the furniture that you have to fit, because now the space is bigger than the property I was renting. Now obviously you have to fit the furniture and it looks like, sometimes you don't even have a couch, you sit on a camp chair. Guys. So renting. But what do I enjoy about having my own place? What do I enjoy about paying a bond on a month-to-month basis? I enjoy the fact that it's really my own space and I get to tailor it to my own style and specifications. Yes, the home loan will tie you down, for a number of years, 20 plus, but there's a strategy how you can trim it down. That's a conversation for another day. But it really is very nice having your own space and working towards something. And I think a concept I recently learned is what we call a return on ego. So I feel like my place gives me a return on ego. But the cost that comes with it. So when people ask me to buy or to rent, I honestly think that the decision is purely up to you. You need to do the pros and cons. You need to decide what works for you and what doesn't work for you. For me personally, if I could afford to rent, if I could still rent now and possibly move out and rent this place out, I would do that because one, it gives me more income to travel. I love to travel. Secondly, it gives me more income to build my savings, which is great, and my investments, which is great. But again, the house is also, depending on how you see it, I see it as a lifestyle asset because it literally just enhances my lifestyle and it makes it better. But it depends, it's purely about what you want to do and how you want to do it. So if you want to buy, do your homework, do your research, find out what works for you and budget those legal costs and that interest rate, negotiate that interest rate. Conversation for another video, but that interest rate and that installment will humble you. It really will humble you. For a good 15 to 20 years, it will humble you. The perks of renting. Landlord takes care of the maintenance. Landlord provides the payment. Landlord provides the security around the place. Landlord takes care of the geysers that burst. Renting, great for me, great unless you are under the pressure that you are tired of paying somebody else's bond. Owning your own place, the geyser bursts. Guess who's paying for it? Daimler. There's no boundary wall. Guess who's at risk? Me. Gate, me. Paving, me. Security around the house, me. Water, me. Electricity, me. Insurance, me. Oh, ground rent. For those of you who have not applied for ground rent exemption with the land authority, that's another cost. That's another cost that we did not know about that is becoming part of this. So when we talk about buying a property, it's not just about the installment, I feel. There's so much more to it that you need to understand before you can make the decision and be under the pressure that I am tired of paying for someone else's bond. So until the next video, guys, thank you. Keep traveling, stay home, have fun with your money, and let's continue enjoying and working hard for our money. Until then, love, peace, happiness. Ciao.